A quick reminder to you that all our top stories are on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. And do visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. And we urge you to please interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and then follow the instructions. Well, indeed, we do have some of the pictures that you've sent in to us. Where are they? Well, now let's begin with this one from Port Harcourt, the River State capital, showing young men and women calling for a violence-free poll before, during and after the election. Similar to that is this image from Okota Isolo here in Lagos, showing youth after a rally for a peaceful exercise tomorrow and on April the 11th. The next image is from Ogun State, showing what our eyewitness reporter says are sensitive materials, including ballot papers from INEC ahead of tomorrow's election. The distribution is said to be witnessed by security operatives, the media, and party representatives. Finally, we have this one from Oshodi, also here in Lagos. Our eyewitness reporter who sent in this says many of the residents are yet to get their permanent voters' cards and are making a last-minute attempt to get them. Thanks so much for sending in all your pictures, and do remember to keep an eye on happenings around you tomorrow and send those pictures in to us here on Channels Television. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Atahiru Jega, and the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Johnson Olaomi, have given the assurance that adequate arrangements have been made for the safety and welfare of corps members serving as electoral staff for the 2015 elections. The INEC chairman appealed to the corps members to handle the national assignment with responsibility and patriotism and resist undemocratic acts.
As Nigerians get ready to come out and vote in the long-awaited elections, the Independent National Electoral Commission has been working to put everything in order for the elections. With just hours to the polls, the Commission now addresses a critical segment of the elections, the youth corps members who will serve as ad hoc electoral staff. The chairman with the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps started by encouraging the corps members to serve the country responsibly.
Like Caesar's wife, you must live above board in discharging your duty. You must desist from any act that will cast you in a bad light or taint the image of your family, community, school, the NYC, and the nation at large.
The chairman of INEC restated that the commission, in prioritizing the safety of corps members, has taken steps to ensure they are adequately protected financially.
A number of measures have been taken. Some of them really are not things you can announce publicly. You can't start revealing what measures are in place to protect them. And the arrangements put in place, particularly learning from the bitter lessons of the post-election violence, cover both the period for the conduct of the elections as well as the period after the elections. All ad hoc staff, all personnel that are involved in elections are actually insured.
The chairman of the electoral body also took the opportunity to address questions and comments raised by journalists in the audience.
So our hope is that for the 2015 general elections, we should be able to declare the results, that is nationally, within 48 hours, and to be able to do it much earlier than we were able to do it in 2011.
One can only hope that these promises of ample security measures to protect corps members on the electoral front will be backed by adequate actions so as to avert the ugly incidents that trailed the 2011 elections. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
In the meantime, a federal high court in Abuja has rejected an application for interim injunction stopping the use of card readers for the conduct of the 2015 elections. Senator Wasiu Taiwo, a senatorial candidate through his counsel Ajibola Oluyede, had sought a court order to prevent the use of the card readers on the grounds that they were unconstitutional. He argued that using the card readers could plunge the nation into chaos, as it's a new and non-tested concept in the electoral process. But the presiding judge, Justice Adeni Ademola, refused the order and put the case off till April the 24th. He based his ruling on the fact that the defendants, the Independent National Electoral Commission and the Attorney General of the Federation, were not in court. Now, the police have warned voters to avoid certain electoral offences on election day. Those offences include casting a vote twice or more, being in possession of another person's voter's card, stopping from voting and revealing information on the ballot paper of another person. Others include disorderly behavior at polling units, canvassing for votes at polling units, and shouting slogans of a political party at polling units. The police adds that being armed with guns, sticks, stones, or any other dangerous weapons at polling units and loitering or walking around a polling unit are offences. Others include blaring sirens at polling units, snatching or destroying ballot boxes or card readers, and holding public meetings during election hours on election day. It also listed wearing or carrying badges or posters of any political party and inflicting or threatening to inflict injury on any person or persons at a polling unit as offences. About 5,000 security personnel have been deployed to strategic locations in Kano State ahead of tomorrow's elections. Addressing the troops, the State Police Commissioner, Mr. Ibrahim Idris, said no chances would be taken in ensuring violence-free elections across the state. Meanwhile, INEC in Kano has also begun the distribution of electoral materials across the 44 local government areas of the state.
Our job is to provide security for the electoral process and to provide security to the electoral materials and the officials of INEC. And like I said, very important, we provide security for the general well-being of the citizens of this country residing in this state. Every agency involved in this assignment has its responsibilities. We as security agencies, our responsibility, is limited to ensuring that all these responsibilities I've stated are properly carried out by us. We provide security for the citizens of our country.
As the electorate across the country prepares for the presidential and National Assembly elections tomorrow, the Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano has cautioned against desperation amongst politicians and supporters of political parties. Governor Obiano said the state government will deal decisively with whoever is caught violating the law.
As the Chief Security Officer of Anambra State, I have the assurances of all the service commanders in this state that these elections shall be free, fair, and transparent. However, I must not fail to remind you that in any democratic contest, there are winners and losers. So we must resist the temptation to take the laws into our hands or condemn the voting process when candidates of our choice fail to win. My administration has the resolve and the capacity to deal decisively, I repeat, decisively, with anyone who wants to breach the peaceful atmosphere we enjoy in Anambra State today. As we prepare to join our fellow Nigerians across the country in choosing our leaders, we must all remember that we are doing two things at the same time. First, we're asking for a better deal for our leaders, and second, we're ensuring that democracy takes firm root in Nigeria.
Anambra State Governor there, Willie Obiano. And residents in rural communities in the nation's capital, Abuja, have expressed confidence that Nigeria is ready to conduct peaceful elections. A visit to some communities in the FCT shows that vigilante groups are manning the streets to prevent any violence. Our correspondent Gloria Umezuke reports that in Jahi community, residents are waiting to cast their votes with high expectation.
This is Jahi community here in the federal capital where over 4,000 people reside. And as they go about their daily activities, there is huge awareness of their political terrain more than ever before. And of course, they joined millions of Nigerians on March 28 to cast their vote. And just a few hours to go, I went round to ask about the expectations generally over the elections.
I talked to my people of vigilantes. I mobilized all the ethnic group in my community. We have about 11 ethnic group here, tribe. So I called their leaders in my palace. We do a meeting together so that everybody we generate idea so that to do this election in peaceful way.
I so much have confidence that everything that will be done tomorrow will be done successfully in peace, because so many people are escaping, are traveling, that they are traveling for vote, they are running along the way. You are running from from here to where you are going, you don't know that you are safe. The best thing, and my counsel and my advice to them, is that they should stop running. The situation of the country is getting better. In the security challenges, everything is getting better.
Even me, I fear that time that they postponed the election. I now think that something is going to happen. No, how did they postpone it? But as for now, I don't think something is going to happen.
INEC are fully prepared for it because the arrangement, everything is okay on my one side. And as in Nigeria, must have to go and exercise my full right.
Well, this primary school behind me is going to be the center of attraction tomorrow, where thousands of people are expected to come out and cast their votes. But more importantly, the world will be watching to see that Nigeria conducts peaceful polls to assert its place in the League of Mature African Democracies. Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.
When the news at 10 returns, update on the bank robbery in Owo, Ondo State. Do join us again.